Hi, welcome. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jamie, and I have Karen here and Grace. We wanted to go over some terminology that you may have or will hear in class that maybe you were unsure about. We're going to specifically discuss vinyasa. So, you might have heard vinyasa or the term take your flow. So, we're going to show you what that's all about. So, Karen and Grace, step to the top of your mat. And I'm actually going to have Grace demo what a full vinyasa looks like, and then I'll give you some ideas for modification. So on the inhale, sweep your arms up and over. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale for a halfway lift. Place your hands on the mat, step back to high plank. Moving through to low plank, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. So that's what a full vinyasa looks like. How do you modify that? So we're going to give you a way to modify. So Grace and Karen, step to the top of your mat. On the inhale, sweep your arms up and over. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale for a halfway lift. Place your hands on the mat and step back to all fours. Inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. Lifting your knees off the mat, press back to downward facing dog. So that's one modification called a cow and a cat. Let's go on to another option, cobra. So step to the top of the mat. Inhale for a halfway lift, forward fold, and then rise up, moving with your breath, bringing your hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep your arms up and over. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale for a halfway lift. Place your hands on the mat, stepping back to high plank as you drop your knees down towards the floor. And then bending your elbows, come all the way down to your belly as you're coming into cobra or sphinx pose. So we have a couple of options here. So Karen is taking sphinx pose here where her shoulders are over her elbows. This is a great position for somebody who's new. But if you desire a little more of a back bend, take your attention to Grace. She's pressing into her hands and lifting her belly further away from the floor. So that is option number 2 for cobra. Everybody take an inhale, and on the exhale, curl your toes under, press back to downward facing dog. So let's come back to that full version of vinyasa, and I'm going to show you a modification. So Grace will be taking the full vinyasa with the knees off the floor, and Karen will be doing the option with the knees on the floor. So step to the top of the mat. Inhale for a halfway lift, forward fold, rise up, moving with the breath, bringing your hands to heart center. On the inhale, sweep your arms up and over. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale for a halfway lift. Place your hands on the mat and step back to high plank. So again, Grace is going to take full vinyasa, knees off the floor. Karen's going to bring her knees to the floor. Come down halfway, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. So now, if you hear those terms in class, vinyasa or take your flow, you know what to expect and you know ways to modify.